How's it going, you guys? Today we're going to be looking at the KIZER Sheepdog C01C, and we're going to be looking at the KIZER Sheepdog C01C XL. We're going to be looking at both of these knives side by side, comparing the materials. And if you guys are watching this video because you're considering to buy one of these, or maybe both of these, it'll help you decide which one you want, depending on what you guys want to use them for, what you're looking for in a knife. So let's start with the standard size. I really like this one because it's easy to carry on a daily basis. It's not that big, but it has that Sheepfoot style blade, which I really like. It's like a sort of hatchet in a way, but it's a very nice knife. Feels very good in the hand. Black aluminum scales. The KIZER clutch lock on both sides. Has a thumb stud as well as a thumb hole. It operates very smoothly, closes and opens very smoothly. It's a very nice knife. Interchangeable pocket clip, deep carry pocket clip, so you can carry it left or right side. And standard size comes with the 154 cm steel blade. So that is a standard size. The XL, quite larger, feels a lot more hefty. Has the liner lock, which, to be honest, I wish they implemented the clutch lock on this one. I really like the clutch lock, but it's alright. This one has the liner lock. It also has the back flipper, and it also opens very smoothly, operates nicely. Both of these have very solid feel to them. There's no blade play. The scales are actually made out of Norplex UltreX Micarta, which is a interesting material on its own. It's basically layers of substrate material like cotton or linen, canvas, even paper, and they basically stack layers of this material and drench it in resin, compress it under high pressure and high heat, and that's how it cures and becomes this laminate type of material. Comparing it to G10, it's actually lighter than G10, and the most interesting part about it, to me at least, is that even though it absorbs water, when it gets wet, it becomes a lot more grippy, so it makes it easier to have a hold on without it slipping out of your hand. So I find that to be pretty cool. And with a knife like this, where you're potentially using it to chop, you want to have a good grip on it. If you're dealing with meat, veggies, if you're using it for cooking, like if you take it camping or something like that, where you're cooking out in the wild, your hands are wet, you want to have a good grip on it. So that's pretty cool. It's got some jimping up on the spine right there, as well as on the handle. Got some jimping down here. This knife also has a deep carry pocket clip, but it is not interchangeable. You can only have it in one position. And to be frank, I'm not sure. I personally wouldn't be comfortable clipping this knife in my pocket. Right, it's quite large. I would probably just throw it in my backpack, or if you have a fanny pack, some sort of bag probably be a better way of carrying this knife. I like the brass detail on the pivot screw. It's pretty cool. And the steel used for this blade is 14C28N. So it's different than what the standard size uses. And the difference is that the 154 cm, which is used in the standard size, it's better with the edge retention. It's more wear resistant, whereas this one, the XL, the steel on this one is more corrosion resistant, and it's easier to sharpen, which makes sense because this is definitely a knife that you would take camping or on a hike. This is a knife you would use out in nature, out in the wild, right? So it makes sense that the handle material is such that when it gets wet, you get more grip on it. The blade material is resistant to corrosion, right? It's not affected by water. It's easy to sharpen. If it gets dull out in the wild, you don't have a sharpening stone, you could potentially use like a river stone or something out in the wild to sharpen this blade, and it would work. And you could use it, serve you well out in the wild. But this knife, this is more closer to an EDC, right? You don't necessarily take this out camping. You can, but you can also take it, you can bring it to the office, whatever, carry it on your person. It's small enough for that. Might open up some envelopes with it. Might use it to, I don't know, open up some boxes or cut some material that you would encounter on the daily basis or everyday life. So has pretty good edge retention, and it's wear resistant. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit harder of a steel. So this one being a softer steel, you can safely chop some small sticks with it, prepare some sticks to start a fire. You could chop some bones if you're processing like a chicken or something, making dinner at camp. It's a softer steel, so it's more durable. You can pry stuff with it. It's not gonna snap. It's not gonna break. It's not fragile like that. It's more, it's softer. So now that we've gone over that, that should kind of give you a better idea of which knife you would want, depending on what you would use it for. I'm happy to own both. I like to carry this one on an everyday basis, and I'll throw this one in my truck. It'll be in my truck or my backpack. Take it camping you know, stuff like that. Let's check the difference in length. And for precise specs, when it comes to the types of material, the mechanism, the lock, length and weight, the specs for all of that will be in the description below. So if you guys are interested, you can go down there and check it all out. But we will take some measurements right now. I have a ruler so we can make some rough measurements, or take some rough measurements with the ruler. Let's place it in a way that the light does not reflect so much. It's about there. So the blade is about 3 inches long, and the total length of it is about 7.5 inches long. The handle is about 4.5 inches long. So it's not a small knife, but it's not that big. My Spyderco Commando, Paramilitary 2 actually has a longer handle, I believe. Has a longer handle than this thing. This knife, the blade measures in at about 4 inches long. The total length of it is 9 inches. And the handle measures in about 5 inches. So it's quite a significant difference in length, and even on camera you guys can see the difference in size. It's a pretty big knife. When it comes to weight, let's check the weight. So the standard size has aluminum scales, and it weighs in at 4.77 ounces. The XL size has micarta scales that are incredibly light, and it weighs 7.7 ounces. Guys, most of the weight is in the blade. When you hold this knife, you can really feel how heavy the front is. I can find a balance point to balance it, right? But, or not. Anyways, the blade is very heavy. And I know that there are bigger knives, right? This is like, there are some much bigger artisan knives out there. I understand that. But talking about like a practical pocket knife here, for a practical regular old pocket knife that you would take camping or something, this is quite large. So, you know, that gives you guys an idea of the differences, and to be honest, they're quite different, right? If you look past the fact that they both have the Sheepsfoot blade, similar shape, everything else is quite different, right? This one has the interchangeable pocket clip, has a clutch lock, has a thumb hole. This one, on the other hand, oh, and a thumb stud. This one has a back flipper, liner lock, different steels for the blades, right? So they're quite different materials for the handles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you decide if you want one of these and which one you may want. Maybe you'll want both, because like I said, they are completely different knives, and I don't think one can substitute the other. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help me grow this channel. I'm trying to find interesting knives to review for you guys. And I hope you like my content. Please leave a comment below on whether I should improve on something, or if there's any particular knife that you guys would want me to do a review on. I'll do my best to get a hold of that knife and to make a video of that review. Alright, you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.